Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Got our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag.
All right, man, let's talk about what I think about David Benavidez and Canelo now after the Caleb Plant fight, all right? And, you know, thinking about it, sleeping on it for a few hours. Kenny Bayless did take something away from Benavidez. But Benavidez also got things to work on, as any fighter should. And he stepped up in competition and didn't stop Caleb Plant. But I think it was more about Kenny Bayless than it was about him, right? But I will say this. After the fight, did an interview with Ellie. He was in his hotel room with his people, and he said he got things to work on. He will get better. So at least he know. And that's when you a pressure fighter, you know, he got to get that jab going, bro. Early and often. You looking for one or two big shots. Canelo might be able to counter him. I still may think he's too big for Canelo, bro. But I think the fight kind of closer now. But the thing about it is Canelo ain't on some rapid incline either, bro. Canelo on the decline. So I think if he gonna beat Canelo, he gonna have to jab, bro. He gonna have to jab, and he can't be throwing and missing the wild shots versus a guy that know how to counterpunch. The difference with Beaver was able to maintain the distance, and he never fell too far in, he never fell too far out. The difference between Benavidez, he don't give a fuck. Benavidez is willing to be reckless to get his shots off. And versus somebody like Canelo that love to counterpunch, I think he need to be more calculated, more disciplined, more sharp, and less reckless. That's my opinion. And I know he didn't respect Caleb Plant. Punching power or nothing. So I kind of know that's the difference right there. He didn't respect his punching power. But with Canelo, you got to respect his punching power. You got to respect his counter-punch ability even more. So that's one thing to look at. But I think he got to be more calculated in how he get his pressure off. Less reckless, less I'm bigger than everybody else and I don't give a fuck, you can't hurt me. One of them Canelo body shots could hurt him, dude. Especially one he don't see coming to counter. So I just think for him, establishing that left jab, finding a straight right hand, and finding punch variations. You know, he throw a lot of shots where, you know, he kind of awkward in how he throw his shots, and he kind of can go to balance and off balance pretty well. But I think he's gonna have to watch out for Canelo. Canelo understand how to kind of be slippery behind his shoulder, how to counter. And I just think he got to be more refined in his approach. More 1-2s, more 1-2-3, more just ones, double them up. You know, more straight rights off the one, more hooks to the body off the one. You know, so. But I still think he might be too big for Canelo. I think the fight is more closer than we thought it was. And obviously, I knew that was going to happen. Like I tell you, anytime you step up in that position, this what happens. This what happens. So, I think it's a good fight. I just think Benavidez too big, and I think, you know, as long as he don't, you know, as long as they don't keep him out the ring too long, he don't go make some reckless decisions in between fights. I think he should be right back in the ring. I think that he might just be too big for Canelo. That's what I think. I think he earned the right to fight Canelo by being the mandatory, by being the interim/mandatory. You know, but I don't think Canelo completely got it. I just think Canelo too small, bro. They could be so, Canelo knocked out Caleb Plant and Benavidez didn't. Well, You know, Caleb Plant kind of learned to hold it in that camp in Philadelphia. And Kenny Bayless was saving his ass. You know, Canelo, he didn't know how to hold Canelo like that. And obviously Benavidez got a bigger body. So that's something to think about. Benavidez body bigger. So it's kind of something to think about. Benavidez got more body to, you know, to get up under and hold. But, you know, Caleb Plant, you know, was able to break him. I mean, Canelo was able to break him. And I think, you know, Benavidez is going to have to be less reckless, more disciplined. He might be able to be reckless with everybody because he's bigger than everybody at 68. But eventually you go up in weight, he's going to have to respect them guys' power. He's going to have to. He's going to have to. But it appears they can take a shot. Canelo, a harder puncher than Caleb Plant. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. You know, I tend to like to favor the experience, but I just think that kid just too big for Canelo Alvarez. That's just what I think. I think he's too big for Canelo Alvarez. I just think he might just be too big. And if Canelo was to win, it's gonna be Canelo getting on the inside and countering David Benavidez when he's squaring up and when he's being reckless. The thing about it is Canelo had a lot of issues with finding the mark, you know, and getting in on Dimitri Bivol. But Bivol was able to hold his position. He was able to keep his distance. And when Canelo tried to, you know, demonstrate, you know, Dimitri Bivol violated his ass. So David Benavidez gonna do it differently. Yeah, David Benavidez is just gonna go all the way. When he get Canelo on the ropes, he's just gonna throw a bunch of punches, and that's gonna open up an opportunity for Canelo to counter him and hurt him to the body and to the head. You know, that is gonna open up our butt. Then again, he get on the ropes too much and Benavidez start cooking his ass. It might be over quick. He's just too small. You ask a motherfucker that's like, what, 5'6", 5'7", you go in there with a dude that's 6'2". And I will say this, if they fight, Canelo will be asking for a lot of concessions, rehydration clauses, all types of shit. You know, and one reason they probably not gonna order a mandatory is because anybody can bid on it. Therefore, he can't put no stipulations in there. So he just dropped the belt and walk away before that happened. You know? I'm talking about he bigger than the belts. He don't want to, you know, he don't want to defend the WBC no more. Start a beef with the WBC again. He ain't gonna get in there with that kid, bro. Too young, too hungry. He wouldn't get in the ring with the Charlos, Andrade, when they all was young. He wouldn't get in there. He not getting in the ring with him. He not. You know, he possessed a little bit something different than Bivol. Bivol just, you know, Bivol kept him in line with potential fear. Every time he would try to demonstrate and do something, Bivol would tame him, you know, would tame him with that right hand. You know, Bivol game plan wasn't to go all out and knock out Canelo Alvarez. He could have took some chances, but, you know, he believed in what he was doing, was working and went and dominated. With Benavidez, he gonna try to knock Canelo ass out. But it's a good thing though for Canelo to a certain extent, because you know, him being more offensive and not being as disciplined as Dimitri Bivol is gonna give him an opportunity to get the knockout. It's gonna give him the opportunity to score a knockout. So that's something else to think about. That's gonna give him an opportunity to score a knockout. But I just think he might be too big. You know, Antonio Tarver like his chances. I think he see the counter punch ability, how reckless Benavidez is. But if I'm Benavidez, bro, and I want to go to 75, I'm gonna just start working on just, you know, kind of cleaning up and being a little bit more orthodox. And it might be like a man Alvarez, where if you try to make him a little, you know, a little bit more technical, he might not can't function. But I think he can. I'd like to see him come behind that jab more. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like to see him throw 1, 2, 3s. I like to see him do a lot more off the jab. I like to see him throw a body shot, step over, get an angle, run some more combinations before going to 75. But that also, like I said, can be a problem versus Canelo Alvarez. Truth be told, that can be a problem versus Canelo Alvarez. It really could. Because he get out of position versus Canelo, I think Canelo is smart enough to touch that body. I think Canelo Alvarez is smart enough to touch that body. You know, I think he's smart enough to take the air out that body. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. So, but I think I'm slightly favor Benavidez in that matchup just because he's too fucking big, bro. And now he got experience versus you know, a top level fighter in the division. The game is gonna be, can Canelo knock Benavidez out, or can he kind of hurt Benavidez and play? If that's so, you know, and Benavidez become tentative, can Benavidez box and have a plan B is the question. So. Let me know what you girls and guys think. I slightly still favor Benavidez. He's too big, bro. Just too big. So, let me know what you girls think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313. Venmo CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Our live fight reaction is on the podcast right now, so check it out. Appreciate the love and support.